Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 1991 playoffs in Payoff Pitch Baseball. We're just about set for Game 3 of the National League Division Series tonight between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Mets. We'll be set... here we go. I was looking for the brackets. We'll take a look at the most updated brackets. In the American League, we see the Oakland Athletics have swept the Minnesota Twins out of the playoffs, and the Athletics are waiting for the winner of the series between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Kansas City Royals. The Royals lead that series 2-1, and Game 4 will be on Saturday. Moving into the National League, we see that the Los Angeles Dodgers currently lead the Atlanta Braves 2-1 in their NLDS series. Game 4 of that series will also be on Saturday. The subject of tonight's video is Game 3 between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the New York Mets. That series is currently tied at a game apiece as the series shifts over to Shea Stadium for Game 3 tonight. With that in mind, let's move over and meet the starting pitcher for the Pirates. And by move over, I mean we're going to leave the shot right here and bring the Pirates starting pitcher in shot. Starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight is John Smiley, 20-8 and 91 with a 3.08 ERA, 207 2/3 innings pitched, 194 hits, 17 homers, 44 walks, and 129 strikeouts in 91. And he's a left-handed starter, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. With that, we can meet the Mets starting pitcher, and we'll take our first look at Shea Stadium. Starting pitcher for the New York Mets is Wally Whitehurst, 7-12 with a 4.19 ERA, 133 1/3 innings pitched, 142 hits, 12 homers, 25 walks, and 87 strikeouts in 91. Also taking a look at Shea Stadium, Whitehurst is a right-handed pitcher, by the way. Looking at Shea Stadium, to left-handed batters, it's basically neutral, but a slightly better wheelhouse on a ballpark check, and right-handed batters is leaning toward a pitcher's park. So any of our switch hitters tonight will be batting lefty to try to take advantage of a less punishing wheelhouse. With that, let's move back over to the main game area and check the shot over there. We're expecting another sellout here at Shea Stadium tonight. Last time we were here was for the NL wildcard game, where the Mets defeated the Cardinals by a score of 11-4, with a chant of "We want Pittsburgh" erupting in the later innings. Well, Shea Stadium got their wish because they've got Pittsburgh. And now the pregame festivities are wrapping up, so we're just about set to play ball. As the Mets start to get loose in the field, we'll take our first look at the Pirates starting lineup. Pirates are of course, the #1 seed in both the National League and overall, so they have home field advantage. But coming back to the Pirates lineup, for tonight, we've got Orlando Merced at first base, Gary Varsho is in right field, Barry Bonds is in left field, Bobby Bonilla is at third base, Andy Van Slyke is in center field, Don Slaught is catching, Jay Bell is at shortstop, Jose Lind is at second base, and John Smiley will be hitting off of pitcher hitting card 3 tonight. So that's the lineup Wally Whitehurst is going to be charged with keeping under control. Leading off for the Pirates will be Orlando Merced, all 10 of his homers coming against right-handed pitching in 91. We are going to be using blue, orange, and white dice tonight. The Mets are the home team. Game 3 of the NLDS. Loser of this game faces elimination on Sunday. Who will take control of this series as it's tied at 1? Only the dice know the answer, and to see what they reveal, we need to go to the first pitch. 6 is going to be an in-play 48, and that's going to be lined right to shortstop. Getting to that one is going to be Elster. He'll put out his glove, and the ball will slam into it for the first out of the inning, and Game 3 of this NLDS is officially underway. Here's Gary Varsho, all 4 of his homers coming against right-handed pitching. 1 out in the inning just like that. Whitehurst will look in at Cerrone for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 10 is going to be a tough 15, and Varsho is going to get frozen by a curveball for strike 3. That will be the second out of the inning. And here's Barry Bonds, 18 of his 25 homers coming against right-handed pitching. 2 outs, top of the first. Pirates hoping to get something going here. They haven't scored a run since the 7th inning of Game 1. Whitehurst will get the sign from Cerrone. Whitehurst will wind up, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 97, and that's a fly ball into right field. Coming under that one for the Mets will be Carrion. He won't have to go too far for that. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates in the top of the first. The Pirates will start to get loose in the field, so we'll take our first look at the Mets starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Dave Magadan at first. Kevin McReynolds is in left field. Howard Johnson is at third base. Greg Jeffries is at second base. Rick Cerrone's catching. Kevin Elster is at shortstop. Mark Carrion is in right field. Darrell Boston is in left. And Wally Whitehurst will be hitting off with pitcher hitting card 9. John Smiley will be charged with keeping that lineup in check. Coming up to bat for the Mets will be Dave Magadan. None of his homers coming against left-handed pitching in 91. Smiley will look into slot for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 8 is a patient 18, and Magadan's going to lead that off with a curveball that misses the zone for ball 4, and Magadan will find himself on with a leadoff walk. Here's Kevin McReynolds. He hit 6 of his 16 homers against left-handed pitching. Pirates infield will go to double play depth. Magadan would be a D3, which is only a fair chance. Magadan's going to stay put. Smiley will look in at slot for the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. 2 is an in-play 52. And it's going to be a ground ball over to third. Getting after that one is going to be Bonilla. Let's see if they can turn the double play on 2D6. Needs to be a 6 or less. No. Magadan will be thrown out at first, or at second. McReynolds will reach first on the fielder's choice. Infield will definitely stay at double play depth, as here's Howard Johnson. 14 of his 38 homers coming against left-handed pitching in 91. McReynolds similarly not a threat to do much on the base paths. Smiley will look in at slot for the sign. Smiley will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a patient 55. And against a lefty, Howard Johnson's going to get that one out of the infield for a base hit. Let's see where it goes. Opposite field liner into left field. Remember, switch hitters, Howard Johnson's a switch. He's batting lefty to try to take advantage of a less punishing wheelhouse. But more importantly, he's got himself a 1-out single. That's an S7. Infield will stay at double play depth as here's Greg Jeffries. 1 of his 9 homers coming against left-handed pitching. Smiley looks over to McReynolds at second. Johnson at first. Shea Stadium buzzing, hoping the Mets can jump out to an early lead against the Pirates. Smiley will look in at slot for the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 50. And that's going to be grounded right back to Bonilla once again. Let's see if they can turn the double play this time. It is going to be a 7 or less, and the Pirates get out of the inning. There's something special about the double play ending in 0 with runners on first and second. No, it would be if the percentile die roll ends in 5, but coming back to our double play, 7 or less. Side retired. Bonilla will get that one. He'll throw it over to Lind at second. Then he'll fire it over to Merced at first, and that'll be a 5-4-3 around the horn double play, and the side will be retired. Stadium groans. Ugh. The Mets get runners on first and second, but they can't take advantage of it. We remain scoreless after 1. Top of the second coming up, and we'll see the Pirates order due up next. Leading off the top of the second for the Pirates is Bobby Bonilla. 4 of his 18 homers coming against right-handed pitching in 91. Whitehurst will get the sign from Cerrone. Whitehurst will wind up. Here's the pitch. 2 is going to be a defense check. Let's see where this one's being hit to. It's a fly ball into right field. Going after that one is going to be Carrion on a possible error check. His error rating is a 5 in right field. He won't make an error on that one, and it'll be a short fly ball. He'll have to range in for that one a little bit, but he'll get it, and there'll be 1 out in the inning. Here's Andy Van Slyke for his first time up today. 13 of his 17 homers coming against right-handed pitching. Whitehurst will get the sign from Cerrone. Whitehurst will set. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. 5 is a patient 56. And that'll be ball 4. Slider misses the zone, and Van Slyke will find himself on with a 1-out walk. Here's Don Slott. His only homer coming against right-handed pitching. Van Slyke is a B2, which is a normal chance. Cerrone's got a cannon behind the plate for the Mets. The infield, the Pirates are going to hold Van Slyke. The Mets infield will go to double play depth. Whitehurst will look in at Cerrone for the sign. Whitehurst will set, and here's the pitch. 10 is going to be a tough 98. That's a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one is going to be McReynolds. He'll move to his right a little bit, but he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Jay Bell. He hit 10 of his 16 homers against right-handed pitching in 91. Whitehurst hoping to keep the Pirates off the board here. Whitehurst will get the sign from Cerrone. Whitehurst will set, look over to Van Slyke at first. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 53. And against a righty, Bell is going to get that one out of the infield for a base hit. Let's see what happens here. An opposite field liner into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. So Bell will find himself on with a 2-out single. And Slyke will make it to second. And here's Jose Lind. He hit 1 of his 3 homers against right-handed pitching. 2 outs, top of the second. Van Slyke on second, Bell on first. Smiley got out of an identical situation in the first. Let's see what Whitehurst does with this one. Whitehurst will look into Cerrone for the sign. Whitehurst will set, and here's the delivery. 8 is an in-play 31. Ooh, just a little bit too high. That's going to get popped up on the infield. Moving to his right for that one is going to be Jeffries. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Walk and a hit, but the Pirates can't do anything with it as we get ready for the bottom of the second. Smiley will finish up his warm-up tosses as stepping into the batter's box for the Mets will be Rick Cerrone. He didn't hit any homers against left-handed pitching in 91. Smiley will get the sign from Slott. Smiley will wind up, and here's the pitch. 9 is going to be an in-play 93. That's going to be flied into left field. Bonds moving to his right for that one slightly, but he'll get under that one, make the catch for the first out of the inning. And here's Kevin Elster, 1 of his 6 homers coming against left-handed pitching in 91. No score, bottom of the second. 1 out in the inning. Smiley will look into Slott for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 89, and it's grounded over to short. Getting to that one will be Bell. He'll fire that over to first for the second out of the inning. Before we move into our next batter, I should mention that as this is a weeknight game, my fast score house rule is in effect tonight. Anyway, our next batter is Mark Carey, and he hit 3 of his 4 homers against left-handed pitching. Smiley will look in at slot for the sign. Smiley will wind up. Here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 81, and it's a fly ball into center field. Van Slyke moving in for that one slightly, but he'll have plenty of room to make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets in the bottom of the second, and we are scoreless through 2. Top of the third coming up, and we'll see the top of the Pirates' order due back up. Leading off the top of the third for the Pirates is John Smiley. Of course, no specific batter stats for the pitchers. Whitehurst will look in at Cerrone for the sign on how to deal with his counterpart. Whitehurst will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 6 is going to be an in-play 25, and it's a ground ball right back to Whitehurst. He'll take it himself, underhanded to first, and that will be the first out of the inning. And here's Merced. Merced popped out his first time up. Whitehurst will look into Cerrone for the sign. Whitehurst will set. He will wind up. And here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 2. And Merced's going to get frozen by a slider for strike 3. And that will be the second out of the inning. Here's Varsho. Varsho struck out looking his first time up. Whitehurst hoping to get out of the inning with no trouble. Whitehurst will look into Cerrone for the sign. He will wind up. Here's the pitch. 10 is going to be a tough 18. And Varsho will get frozen again by a curveball, this time for strike 3. And that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates for Whitehurst's third strikeout on the evening. And we're getting ready for the bottom of the third. Leading off the bottom of the third for the Mets is Darryl Boston, one of his 4 homers coming against left-handed pitching. Smiley will get the sign from slot. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 5 is going to be an in-play 34. Just misses that one. Instead, he's going to pop that one up on the infield. Merced moving slightly into foul territory, but he'll have plenty of room to come down with it for the first out of the inning. And here's Wally Whitehurst on pitcher hitting card 9. Smiley will look into slot for the sign. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 23. And Whitehurst is going to get frozen with the bat on his shoulder for strike 3 and the second out of the inning. Here's Magadan. Magadan had a walk his first time up. Smiley looking into slot for the sign. Fans at Shea Stadium were expecting a pitcher's duel tonight. And I'm dropping dice. Smiley will get the sign from slot. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. 5 is going to be an in-play 93. That's a fly ball into right field. Varsho moving back for that one, but he'll have plenty of grass under him to make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets in the bottom of the third, and we are still scoreless after 3. Top of the fourth coming up as we're looking at the heart of the Pirates' order due up next. Leading off the top of the third for the Pirates is Barry Bonds. Bonds flew out to right his first time up. Game 3 of the NLDS. Series tied at 1. Game tied at 0. Loser faces elimination on Sunday. Which team will take control of the series? Whitehurst looks into Cerrone for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 3 is a wheelhouse 10. And Barry Bonds has drawn first blood and scored the first run for the Pirates since the 7th inning of Game 1. Boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to left field. Going back for it is McReynolds. He's back toward the track. He's back to the wall. He runs out of space. And that's going to end up in the upper deck somewhere. Home run, Barry Bonds. And the score is now 1-0 in favor of Pittsburgh. Stadium groans. Ugh. The Pirates get on the board first, and here's Bobby Bonilla. Let me actually remember to put it in the scorebook. Bonilla is 0 for 1. He also flew out his first time up. 1-0 in favor of Pittsburgh. Whitehurst's got to have a short memory. He will look in at Cerrone for the sign on how to pitch to Bonilla. Here's the sign. Whitehurst winds up, and here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 18, and Bonilla's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Here's Andy Van Slyke. Van Slyke walked his first time up. Whitehurst trying to limit the damage to the 1 run. Whitehurst will look in at Cerrone for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 9 is a ballpark check. 39, he's a lefty. That's wheelhouse. Uh-oh. Van Slyke thinks he's got a hold of one. 79. Oh, just missed it. Instead, he's going to get under that one just enough to lift it into center field. Boston will be moving back for that one. He'll be back toward the track, but he'll be able to stop just short of the wall and make the catch for the second out of the inning. Stadium sighs. Phew! Here's Don Slaught. Slaught flew out his first time up. 1-0 Pirates, Game 3 of the division series. Whitehurst looking in at Cerrone for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 6 is an in-play 31, and against a righty, Slought's going to get that one out of the infield for a 2-out single. The Pirates might be coming alive a little bit. Here's Jay Bell. Bell has a single today. They're not going to try to send Slaught, not with Cerrone having a cannon behind the plate. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Pirates lead 1-0. Slaught on first. Whitehurst looks in at Cerrone for the sign. Whitehurst will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is going to be an in-play 23. Against a righty, that'll be good for a base hit. Let's see what happens here. Line drive into left field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Slaught will find himself at third. Bell will find himself at first. So that's going to be a base hit. That's an S7. Yeah, S7. And here's Lind. Lind popped out his first time up. Slaught on third. Slaught on third, Bell on first. 2 outs in the inning. Whitehurst looking at Cerrone for the sign. Whitehurst will set, and here's the pitch. Get in the tower. 8 is going to be an in-play 73. It's a fly ball into center field. Getting under that one is going to be Boston. He'll make the catch on that one, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits, and 1 run on 3 hits. A solo home run by Barry Bonds makes the score 1-0 in favor of the Pirates as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th. Smiley will finish up his warm-up tosses as he'll have to navigate the 2-3-4 of the Mets order. Here's McReynolds. McReynolds tonight is 0 for 1. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. Smiley with a 1-0 lead. Let's see what the Pirates are able to do to hold that here. Smiley will get the sign from Slaught. He will wind up. Here's the pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse check. 55 against the lefty. That'll be good for a base hit for McReynolds. He'll lead off the inning with a base hit. And here's Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 1 with a single. The infield will go to double play depth for the time being. McReynolds not a threat to do much on the base paths. Smiley will look in at Slaught for the sign. Smiley will set. He'll glance over to McReynolds at first. Turn back to the plate. Smiley will kick, and here's the pitch. 3 is a tough 50. And against the lefty, Johnson's going to swing through a slider that was heading out of the zone for strike 3. And that will be the first out of the inning and just the second strikeout for Smiley tonight. And here's Jeffries. Jeffries grounded into a double play his first time up. McReynolds is still not a threat to do much on the base paths. The Mets are going to hold him at first. Smiley looking in at slot for the sign. 1-0 Pittsburgh, bottom of the 4th. Game 3 of the NLDS. Smiley will get the sign from slot. He will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 33. And that's going to be popped straight up the chimney. Slot will get under that one himself. He'll throw his mask away, put his glove out to make the catch, and that will be the second out of the inning. And here's Cerrone. Cerrone is 0 for 1. He flew out to left his first time up. Smiley looking at his slot for the sign. Happy that his catcher was able to make a play for him. Smiley will set. Glancing over to McReynolds at first. Turns back to Cerrone at the plate. Smiley will kick. Here's the pitch. 5 is an in-play 57. That's going to be lined right at short. Bell will put his glove up in self-defense as the ball will slam into it for the third out, and that will retire the side. After a leadoff single by McReynolds, 1-2-3 go the Mets in the bottom of the 4th, as the score is now 1-0 Pittsburgh after 4. Top of the 5th coming up, and we'll be looking at the top of the Pirates' order due up next. Whitehurst will finish his warm-up tosses, as stepping into the batter's box will be John Smiley. Smiley grounded out his first time up. 1-0 Pirates, top of the 5th, Game 3 of the NLDS. Just finishing making some notes here. Whitehurst will get the sign from Cerrone. Whitehurst will set, he will wind up, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 32, and Smiley will get frozen by the high heat for strike 3, and that will be the first out of the inning, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th strikeout of the day for Whitehurst. Here's Merced. Merced is over 2. He's popped out and struck out today. Whitehurst will look into Cerrone for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 9 is going to be a ballpark check. 88, though, is in play. So Merced will roll on an in play. That's a 4, and against a righty, that's going to be just at the top of his range for a double. So Merced reaches with a 1-out double. And here's Varsho. Varsho is 0 for 2. He struck out twice today. 1-0 Pirates, but the Pirates are suddenly threatening. They've got Merced at second. Varsho's a deep bunter. They're not going to try to use him to bunt here. Whitehurst will get the sign from Cerrone. Cerrone will set, and here's the pitch. 9 is going to be a ballpark check. He's lefty. 49's wheelhouse. Varsho, he thinks he's got a hold of one. And Varsho will extend the lead for the Pirates. Boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep into left field. Going back for that one is McReynolds. He'll be back toward the track, back to the wall. He's at the wall, and the ball is going to keep flying and land in the seats. Home run, Gary Varsho. As the score is now 3-0 in favor of the Pirates. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Barry Bonds. Bonds is the reason that the Pirates got on the board. He had a solo homer back in the 4th and is 1 for 2 tonight. Whitehurst looking a little bit rattled. 3-0 in favor of the Pirates. Game 3 of the NLDS. Game 4 of this series will be Sunday. Whitehurst will look into Cerrone for the sign. Whitehurst will wind up, and here's the pitch. 8 is an in-play 60, and that's going to be flied into left field. Coming under that one will be McReynolds. This time he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Bonilla. Bonilla is 0 for 2 as well. Whitehurst trying to keep the damage limited to the 2 runs. Whitehurst will get the sign from Cerrone. He will wind up, and here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 55, and that's going to be grounded over to third. Getting to that one is going to be Johnson. He'll have to range to his left slightly to get that one, but he'll get it. He'll throw it over to first, and that will retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits. A 2-run homer by Gary Varsho, and the score is now 3-0 in favor of the Pirates as we get ready for the bottom of the 5th. Smiley will finish his warm-up tosses with the middle to bottom of the Mets order due up next. Here's Elster. Elster is 0 for 1 on the night. 3-0 Pirates. Game 3 of the NLDS. Loser faces elimination on Sunday. Smiley will get the sign from Slot. He will wind up, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 29. And against a lefty, Elster will get that out of the infield for a leadoff base hit. The Pirates will move to double play depth, though. Here's Carrion. Carrion is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Elster is an F steal. He's not going anywhere on the base paths. Smiley will look into Slot for the sign. Smiley will set, and here's the pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse, but a 75 is going to be flied into center field. Coming in for that one is Van Slyke. He'll have plenty of room before the infield. He'll pull that one in for the first out of the inning. And here's Boston. Boston is 0 for 1. He popped out on the infield his first time up. Smiley will look into Slot for this. We're actually going to get some activity in the Mets bullpen. I almost forgot. They are going to get... Who do they want warming up? The Mets are going to get Doug Simons warming up. We just realized Whitehurst is going to be fatigued once we get into the 6th inning. Just making a note in my scorebook here. All right, now that we've got that straight, Smiley will look in at Boston for the. We'll look into Slot for the sign on how to deal with Boston. Smiley will set, and here's the pitch. 8 is a patient 98. It's a fly ball into right field. Ranging in for that one slightly is Varsho, but he'll have plenty of room to make the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Whitehurst. Whitehurst struck out looking his first time up. Smiley hoping to get the Pirates out of the inning. Smiley will look into Slot for the sign. Glance over to Elster at first. Here's the Smiley will get the sign. He will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 65. And Whitehurst is going to swing through the high heat for strike 3, and that will retire the side. After a leadoff single, 1, 2, 3 go the Mets in the bottom of the 5th. Score is now 3-0 Pirates after 5. Top of the 6th coming up, and we're going to see a pitching change for the Mets. Whitehurst is going to come out of the game. I've already compiled his stats. Coming into pitch will be Doug Simons. 2-3 with a 5.19 ERA. 60 2/3 innings pitched. 55 hits, 5 homers, 19 walks, 38 strikeouts in 91. He'll have to navigate the middle of the Pirates' order. Here's Andy Van Slyke. Van Slyke is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. 3-0 Pirates, Game 3 of the NLDS. Series tied at 1. Simons will look into Cerrone for the sign. Simons will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 0-0. So we're actually going to have a tough rare play with the bases empty. So let me find my chart. Bases empty, tough. Here we are. "22. If 7th inning or later, strike zone has become increasingly larger each inning. All tough results for both teams are automatic strikeouts for the remainder of the game. If 6th inning or earlier, all tough results for this pitcher are automatic strikeouts for the remainder of the inning only." So let me make a note of that. So this is top 6. Let's see. Toughs are strikeouts for the inning. Right? All tough results for this pitcher. So tough for Simons. Auto K. Okay, so we got that figured out. Now we'll roll again for the at-bat. Come on. We'll do it again. We'll get the sign again, and here's the pitch. 5 is a tough, and we're not even going to bother looking at the 38 because all tough results are automatic strikeouts, and that will be a swinging strike 3. Basically, they're being forced to swing at everything since they're all automatic strikeouts. And here's Slot. Slot is 1 for 2 with a single tonight. Simons will get the sign from Cerrone. Simons will set. Let me make one more note here. Okay. Simons will set. Here's the pitch. 3 is an in-play 96. That's a fly ball into left field. Ranging to his left for that one is going to be McReynolds. He'll make the catch, and that'll be the second out of the inning. And here's Bell. Bell is 2 for 2 with 2 singles tonight. Simons hoping to get out of the inning easily. Simons will get the sign from Cerrone. He will set, and here's the pitch. 7 is a tough, once again, I don't even have to look, because it will be a called strike 3 on the inside corner, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates in the top of the 6th. Smiley is still very much going strong here, though. He's only given up 3 hits tonight, and he's looking at the top of the Mets order once again. Leading off the bottom of the 6th for the Mets is Magadan. Magadan is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Still 3-0 Pirates. Smiley will look in at Slot for the sign. Smiley will wind up. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 81. It's a fly ball into center field. Coming in for that one slightly is Van Slyke, but he'll have plenty of room to make the catch for the first out of the inning. And here's McReynolds. McReynolds is 1 for 2 with a single tonight. Smiley looking in at Slot for the sign. Shea Stadium hoping the Mets wake up. Smiley will get the sign from Slot. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 5 is an in-play 40, and that's going to be grounded right back to Smiley. He'll take that, he'll underhand it over to first, and that will be the second out of the inning. And here's Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 2 with a single tonight. Smiley will look into Slot for the sign. Smiley will wind up, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 76. Just a little bit too high. That's going to be lifted into center field as Johnson gets under that one. Coming in, going back for this one, actually, a little bit is Van Slyke once again. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets in the bottom of the 6th. Score remains 3-0 Pittsburgh after 6. Top of the 7th coming up, and we will be looking at the bottom of the Pirates order due up next. Leading off the top of the 7th is Jose Lind. Lind is 0 for 2 tonight. Pirates lead 3-0. Game 3 of the NLDS. Series tied at 1. Game 4 is on Sunday. Loser tonight faces elimination right back here at Shea on Sunday. Simons will look in at Cerrone for the sign. Simons will set. Simons will pitch. 5 is a tough 20. And against a lefty, Lind will swing through that one for strike 3 as a slider manages to catch the corner, and that will be the first out of the inning. And here's Smiley. Smiley tonight is 0 for 2. Simons will get the sign from Cerrone. Simons will set, and here's the pitch. 10 is a defense check. Where is that one being hit to? That ball is hit to shortstop. Going after that one is Elster on a possible error check. His error rating is a 3. And he's going to boot that one. And it'll be a single plus 1. So that's a base hit and an E6. As Smiley helping out his own cause. As Smiley is standing up at second saying, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. And besides, the National League doesn't even use the DH anyway. At least not at this time. Coming into the batter's box next is Merced. Merced is 1 for 3 with a double tonight. Simon's looking a little bit rattled to find Smiley at second base with 1 out. Simons will get the sign from Cerrone. Simons will set, and here's the pitch. 6 is an in-play 79. It's a fly ball into center field. Coming in for that one is going to be Boston. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. On a fly ball and an F8, runner on second advances to third if his run rating's 7 or lower, or 7 or higher, I should say, right? Yeah, 7 or higher. It's a 6 on pitcher hitting card 3, so Smiley stays put. Here's Varsho. Varsho is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer back in the 5th. Can the Pirates get Smiley home? Let's find out here. Simons will get the sign from Cerrone. Simons will set, and here's the pitch. 5 is a tough 54. And against a lefty, that's going to be just a little bit too high. That's going to be a ground ball over to third. Getting to that one is going to be Johnson ranging to his left for that one. He'll throw it over to first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single and the error. The Pirates can't do anything with it, though. As we're ready for the 7th inning stretch. Per usual, I won't torture you guys with my rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. I will, however, get a little bit of light stretching in, just to make sure I stay something resembling loose. Ooh, I felt that in my shoulder. Anywho, now we're looking at the middle of the Mets order for Smiley, as he is going to continue to pitch. Leading off the bottom of the 7th is Greg Jeffries. Jeffries is 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play and popped straight up the chimney. Smiley looking at a 3-hitter tonight. Smiley will get the sign from Slot. Smiley will wind up, and here's the pitch. 3 is a tough 43. And against the lefty, that's going to be just a little bit too high. That's going to be grounded over to first base. Ranging toward the bag for it is Merced. It's close enough, he'll take it to the bag himself, and that will be the first out of the inning. Here's Cerrone. Cerrone tonight is 0 for 2. Smiley working with a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Smiley will get the sign from Slot. He will wind up. Here's the pitch. 12 is a defense check. Somebody for Pittsburgh's got to play defense. Where's this one being hit? That ball is hit toward third base. Going after that one is Bonilla on a range check. His range is a C. He's not going to get that one, and that's going to be a double for Cerrone. Fans at Shea Stadium are buzzing on this one. And that will bring Elster to the plate. Elster, though, Elster tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Can the Mets get Cerrone home and get on the board? Smiley is hoping not. He will look in its slot for the sign. He will set, look over to Cerrone. Here's the pitch. 8 is a patient 32. Against the lefty, ball 4 as the fastball just misses inside. And Elster will find himself on with a 1-out walk. Here's Carrion. Carrion is 0 for 2. Pirates infield is at double play depth. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Smiley looking in at slot for the sign. Smiley will set. Here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 98. It's a fly ball into left field. Coming in for that one is going to be Bonds. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And because Cerrone's run rating isn't high enough, he will also have to stay at second. And here's Boston. Boston is 0 for 2 tonight as well. Smiley trying to get out of the inning with no damage done. Smiley will get the sign from slot. He will set. Here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 46. And it's a ground ball to first. Getting to that one is going to be Merced. He'll throw that to Smiley, who's got to come in to cover the bag. As Merced had to range to his right for that one. Smiley will catch that one, tag the bag, and that will retire the side. Stadium groans. Ugh. 1 run and a walk, and the Mets can't do anything with it. Score remains 3-0 Pittsburgh after 7. Heading into the top of the 8th, and we'll be looking at the heart of the Pirates' order due up next. We're going to have activity in both bullpens, as Stan Belinda is going to start getting loose for the Pirates, and Tim Burke is going to start getting loose for the Mets. It's a more immediate concern for the Mets, though, as the pitcher's spot is due to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Anyway, coming into the top of the 8th, before we get there, leading off the inning for the Pirates will be Bonds. Bonds tonight is 1 for 3, 1 for 3 with a solo homer back in the 4th. 3-0 Pirates, Game 3 of the NLDS. Series tied at 1. Game 4 is on Sunday. Loser faces elimination. Simons will get the sign from Cerrone. He will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is an in-play 45. That's going to be grounded right over to first. Getting to that one is going to be Magadan. It'll be close enough to the bag. Magadan will take it himself for the first out of the inning. And here's Bonilla. Bonilla is 0 for 3 tonight. Simons will look in at Cerrone for the sign. Simons will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is an in-play 10. And against the lefty, that'll be a base hit for Bonilla. He'll get his first hit of the night. The infield will go to double play depth. And here comes Van Slyke. Van Slyke tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Bonilla, not a threat to do anything on the base paths. The Mets infield will go to double play depth. Simons will get the sign from Cerrone. Van Slyke will wait for the pitch. Simons will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 38. And Van Slyke is going to swing through a changeup for strike 3, and that will be the second out of the inning. And here's Don Slaught. Slaught tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Simon's looking in at Cerrone. Bonilla at first. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Simon's trying to keep this game where it is. Slaught would like to add a little bit more to it. Simons will get the sign from Cerrone. He will set, and here's the pitch. 3 is going to be in play 54. It's a ground ball to first. Magadan this time will have to range to his right to get that one. Simons will move over to cover the bag at first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Pirates, and it remains 3-0 as we head into the bottom of the 8th. I'll compile stats for Simon because oh, wait, hold on. I've got to recompile stats for Simons because I compiled them thinking he was going to come out, but I forgot that home team actually, never mind, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts, still no walks, 2 hits, still none of that. Okay. So Simons is going to come out of the game, and the Pirates are going to, not the Pirates, the Mets are going to pinch hit for him. They're going to send Hubie Brooks in to pinch hit for the Mets, and he might take over in right field. Let me refresh my memory on who their right fielder tonight is. It's Carrion. No, I think Carrion's going to stay in the game, but Hubie Brooks will pinch hit. Anywho, Brooks hit 5 of his 16 homers against left-handed pitching, as Smiley is still pitching into the 8th. Smiley will get the sign from Slaught. Smiley will set, and here's the pitch. 8 is a patient 83. Against a lefty, Brooks isn't quite that patient. He's going to ground that over to short. Getting to that one is going to be Bell. He'll fire it over to first for the first out of the inning. And here's Magadan. Magadan tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Smiley will look in to Slaught for the sign. Smiley will set, and here's the pitch. 5 is an in-play 67. That's going to be grounded over to short. Once again, that'll be Bell getting to that one. He'll make the play for the second out of the inning. Here's McReynolds. McReynolds is 1 for 3 with a single, and he reached on a fielder's choice way back in the first, which at this point seems like a lifetime ago. Smiley will look in at Slaught for the sign. Smiley will wind up, and here's the pitch. 10, I should say, is a tough 51, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. Bonilla will get to that one. He'll throw it across the diamond, and that will be the third out, and we'll retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Mets in the bottom of the 8th. Score remains 3-0 Pittsburgh after 8. Top of the 9th will feature a pitching change for the Mets. Simons is coming out of the game. Coming in to pitch for the Mets will be Tim Burke. 3-3 with a 2.75 ERA, 55 2/3 innings pitched, 55 hits, 5 homers, 12 walks, and 34 strikeouts in 91. He will be charged with the bottom of the order for the Pirates. Leading off the top of the 9th for the Pirates is Jay Bell. Bell is 2 for 3 with 2 singles tonight. Top of the 9th, 3-0 Pirates. Game 3 of the NLDS. Loser faces elimination on Sunday. Burke will look in at Cerrone for the sign. Here's the windup, and here Burke will set. Here's the pitch. 3 is a wheelhouse, but a 90 is going to be grounded over to short. Bell can't believe he didn't get that one out of the park. Instead, he hit it right at Elster for the first out of the inning. And here's Lind. Lind is 0 for 3. Burke looking in at Cerrone for the sign. Burke had a very early scare, but he managed to dodge a bullet there. Burke will get the sign from Cerrone. He will set. Here's the pitch. 4 is an in-play 51. And it's going to be grounded over to third. Getting at that one is going to be Johnson as he ranges to his left. He'll throw it over to first, and that will be the second out of the inning. The Pirates are going to send John Smiley out to bat. They're fully intending to let him pitch the ninth. Smiley's been on tonight, though. He's been out on the mound, but not at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a single, and he advanced on an error. Burke looking in at Cerrone for the sign. Burke will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 24. And a changeup freezes Smiley for strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Pirates in the top of the ninth. But will we see some ninth inning magic? In order for the Mets to get... The Mets have the right part of the lineup coming up for that. They've got the heart of their order due up. Leading off the bottom of the ninth is Howard Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 3, though, with a single. 3-0 Pirates. Smiley has been on the mound tonight. Smiley will look in at slot for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 49, and Johnson's going to swing through a curveball for strike 3. That will be the first out of the inning. Next into the batter's box is Jeffries. Jeffries is 0 for 3. Smiley feeling a little bit relaxed. Shea Stadium buzzing. They're hoping for a good hit here. They're hoping for Jeffries to do something. Slot will give Smiley the sign. Smiley will set. He will wind. Here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 51. And that's going to be grounded over to third. Bonilla will take that one. He'll throw it across the diamond for the second out of the inning. And the last chance for the Mets comes down to Rick Cerrone. Cerrone tonight is 1 for 3 with a double. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. 3-0 Pirates. Pirates 1 out away from control of this series. Mets hoping to extend it. Smiley will look into slot. Cerrone will brace for the pitch. Smiley will set. He will wind up. Shea Stadium buzzing. Here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 69. It's a fly ball into right field. Cerrone slams his bat in frustration. Shea Stadium booing. Cerrone got under that one. Getting under the ball in right field is going to be Varsho. He'll come in for that one. He'll stop. He'll put out his glove. Blop. And the ball falls into it. That's your game. The Pittsburgh Pirates take control of this National League Division Series with a 3-0 win in Game 3. And the Pirates take a 2-1 lead in this series. The Mets face elimination on Sunday. Final line score coming up. For the Pirates, 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. For the Mets, no runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is John Smiley. He'll get a complete game 4-hit shutout. Wally Whitehurst will take the loss on this one. And the Pirates say, hey, you guys can get a 5-hitter, we can do a 4-hitter. And the Mets now find themselves 1 game away from elimination. And that's where we'll come back to on Sunday as the Pirates take a 2-1 lead in this series. Before we get there, though, we've got a very full weekend on the channel. So on Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Fallout Official Vault Dwellers Cookbook with the dessert Berry Crumble. And then we've got a doubleheader in the 91 playoffs on Saturday. First up, the Los Angeles Dodgers will take on the Atlanta Braves in Game 4 of their series, as the series is still in Atlanta. The Dodgers hold a 2-1 lead and can finish that series on Saturday. Then Saturday afternoon, the Kansas City Royals and the Toronto Blue Jays will continue their series at Kauffman Stadium. Kansas City holds a 2-1 lead in that series. What it's looking like is going to be Sunday morning is when we'll come back to this series between the Pirates and the Mets, with the Pirates now leading 2-1. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.